In this screencast, I'm going to try and explain a bit about Google Calendars and Google Contacts, starting from Gmail, which is Google's email. This is a free account. This is a blank email inbox that I will have cleaned it up, but I hardly ever use it. So I'm starting off from when someone has logged into their Gmail, and to get into Calendar we look at this grid here, and you would find various things that you can do, but Calendar is the one that you want to hit. When you've hit Calendar, you will enter a tab that looks like this. You'll see in your top of your browser a calendar tab opens up, and this will be a blank calendar. So the value of a calendar is really about planning for things that you have going on and things that are coming up in the future. Now on the left here, this is my main calendar there, and this is another calendar within calendars to track subscriptions and bills and things that repeat a fair amount. This is the tasks calendar, which comes automatically with Google. This birthdays calendar comes with Google. So this one has been created, and I'll go into how to create calendars, more than one calendar within Google Calendar later on. But over here, for example, this is a person's birthday that is taken from contacts. So once in your contacts you have someone's details, this is all fictitious, the Google Calendar will pull that in to your calendar, your main calendar, and then alert you as to their birthday coming up. So that's a nice little one. Now let's start off with doing something. So for example, let's say I have an event and I've just clicked in that, and it'll offer me to create an event. So meeting with Jane blogs, right? And it will give me the option for an all-day task, or if I want to create a time, say 10:30, and it gives options like that you can select or type in the exact time that you want with that colon there. This then gives options to repeat if you want to repeat this over several days. That's more for like conferences and things like that. And then that's it. Now what happens here is that this will normally be able to provide some alerts, and when I click that to open it up, I can create notifications, and you could get notifications by email. A notification will be a pop-up on your Google Calendar on your phone or on your desktop, so that you could program anything you want here. Like let's say you wanted 4 hours, you could do that. And these will come up, this will come up in your inbox, and these will come up on your phone. And you could put notes in here, attach files, anything you wanted for that meeting. So I'm just going to save that. So let's say I want to do something like work at B company, you have the option of an event or a task. That's interesting. So there are several ways to use calendar, but I'm just using events at the moment. So let's say I wanted to do 9 to 5. Do 9 to 5. Okay, and I'll repeat that on, let's say, every weekday, and then we could see it here in more detail. Okay, and if you don't want that to continue forever, just end it on, let's say, the let's go to, let's say, that date. Otherwise, if you don't stick in when to end it and customize it, it'll go on forever. So now here you see it's created this work activity over the next 2 weeks. That's April, that's March. So then when I come in, I know what I'm doing at an overview in those 2 weeks, and I could enter any other things. If you want to be working while working with B company, attend X meeting, you could do 2 meetings, doesn't matter. It'll clash, but you can create your own whatever you want to do. So let's say you want to take a break in that, you'd put that, so you might be working in between. So yes, you're at work here, but you might have other meetings in that day, or with somebody else. It doesn't matter. You could be in your lunch break, for example. So I'll pause there for a bit and come back in a few seconds. So let's organize a bit more using, let's say, tasks. If I wanted to make a task, I could go, let's say you wanted to do washing clothes, just something simple, at 11 o'clock on that Friday. That's just you planning out your life. You put that there, and reminders you can set there, but there's another way to set default features for the number of reminders and the times, and we can go into that later. So you could set that for 10 hours or whatever, so you know you'll get reminders on your phone or when you log into your Gmail. So that's cool. Now you could create that as a task as well. So let's say you want to say wash clothes, or wash, let's say, the car. Okay, and you add the time. Let's say you want to do that after washing the clothes. Let's say you go down to 12:15, right? You could say remember to hoover the car as well. Okay, okay, so you could have either events or tasks in this thing, and it will give you these prompts on your phone or on your desktop browser or laptop or whatever. I like this one more because I get the notifications far more quickly. On the right here is where you can do other little things like take notes, or you could see your tasks. How cool is that? And you can see all your contacts. You can add contacts from here as well, but I can go into the contacts section in a bit. So to add contacts, we will just go back here. Sorry, that's the contacts one. You create a new contact and you do this. Now it seems that this is very effortful, but once you do it, it's there for as long as you keep it or delete it, so you never have to forget. Now all this will be synced up to your Google phone, so you never lose contacts. And if from your phone, most of them in Android are signed into Google, if you add contacts in your phone, it gets synced up to your contacts list online as well. And when you change phones and you log in on a new Android phone, for example, you get back all your contacts, all your calendar things, everything automatically, so your life remains organized. I'm just going to go into how to add other calendars if you wanted. So if you wanted to add another calendar, you could do this, and you could say travel. This could be a travel calendar for places I need to go. Such as vacation, could be that, could be anything else you want, and you create that calendar. Get a little thing here saying creating. And here is that calendar. You could make it public if you want. You could share that calendar if you want. I tend not to do that with any of my calendars. I don't share with anyone, but you could do that if you want. Now this is the section on notifications. So if you had to travel and you wanted to really be quite on top of it, you could put in a bunch of default notifications, and so like if you had to leave, you could say maybe at 2 hours. If you wanted an email, I tend to alternate these, so you could say 10 hours. You could say 5 days if you wanted. If it was something that you really want to keep track of, you could do, how many weeks can you do? I don't know how many weeks you can do, but let's say 4 weeks. Okay, so these are the default notifications for that travel calendar over here. Okay, and all that's saved already. I won't go into these things down here. So if I wanted to add travel on Saturday, I could pick a calendar from over here. Go into options. Now this is the default calendar with my screen name on it, but I could pick travel, and there we have all the default notifications already set up, and these could be modified as you like, to, let's say, Cardiff. Make a and you could put in the destination or anything else you want in here. Just to remind you, you could cut and paste from an email invite, whatever you want in there, and that's it there. Now that's the all day event. If you wanted to change that further, you could just let's say change that, and you'd be traveling, let's say, 4 hours. Okay, that's fine. So this view gives you a nice overview of the month. There are other ways to look at this if you want, by day or week, things like that. I tend to keep it in month, so I get an overview of the month, and then I can go into different months like that. Okay, now I kept this calendar here off because it's not ticked, but this is created by Google, and it brings up all the sort of main events in the UK automatically. I'll leave that off for a bit. Now note that these are calendars within calendars, and they look kind of similar, and these little dots are different in color, but you could change the color to something you like. So let's say make that like that, or any other color you want that sticks out better for you. Okay, that has turned a little red dot. I've just renamed this calendar to private calendar, so I no longer have to block that out from everybody else. It's not my true name anyway. To change these things, you just go on settings, and you could set this up how you want. I'm now going to change the name of this. Let's call that important recurring. Okay, and I've already put what that is for, and it now turns up there as important recurring. So now let's say I had an MOT that was going to be due in May. So I'll put my car's MOT. I could leave that as an all-day event, but that's on the 6th of May. So if I wanted reminders about that, let's say on the 12th, you could do as a task, but I'd prefer to do the calendar event to remind me with prompts well in advance of the MOT. So okay, just double check that 6th of May, so we could change that to that's it. Now what has that got inside of it? It hasn't got anything, but if I wanted to create some reminders, I could have it remind me at that time there, or I could change it you know, whatever I want, but I just want as a reminder to get these notifications well in advance, to nag me, so to speak, because it's so easy to forget these things. I could change the color of that, but I think I used red already somewhere, so I'll just keep that like that. Okay, so car MOT coming up, and when that is approaching, notice I'll get notifications on these time intervals before. Now what if I want to duplicate that, so put that on another day? Like I want 2 reminders, like I'm totally OCD, right? So I save it to the same day, that's alright, but if I want OCD more notifications, I could just drag that over there. So that's very, very easy to do, and you could duplicate that again. Save it to the same day and maybe put it over there, so you don't have to type out the whole thing again. But that's just being really OCD for something coming up on the 6th of May. Now if I don't want that reminder there, I could put that there if I want. You know, I could spread these out to really nag, because MOTs are things that are easily forgotten. But that currently on the private calendar. So if I wanted to do that on an annual basis, I could put that, I could copy that to recurring, you see, and it appears the color that we've assigned to it, and that will then recur. But let's make sure it's going to recur. We can change that to yearly, and you could select what a year you want, right? So let's go to 6th of May 2025. Now I've just pressed the keyboard shortcut G to go to, and I think this might need some setting up in the background. There it is, 6th of May. So, you know, as you approach April, you will flick forward to see what's happening in the next month, and you'd see that there. And you could set up other reminders, you know, as you go here. You could make this as complicated or as easy as you want. Now, another interesting feature is the business about attachments. Now you can attach documents from your Google Drive, or you can upload, just drag a file from your computer into here, and that'll upload and you save it. Now I'll just go into contacts, and I won't spend too much time there, but to get to your various things in Google, you just go here, hit contacts, and then you can add contacts. So easy. Create a contact, press tab, Acorn Associates. This is just director. You could put in anything you want. John, and you label this let's say work, and then you can do that's the UK flag there, so you just leave out the first 0, I think, and you put so if it's 0207 you put 207. Let's put in some 345 6145, something like that, and you could save that as a work number. You can add mobile number, so, you know, like and you label that mobile. If you knew his birthday, let's make it tomorrow, March 1955. First met him at conference in Vienna on 10/04 let's say 22. So you could make little notes about things and save that. Okay, so here we have 2 contacts in there. Right, so let's go back to calendar, make sure we're on today. Let's see if I refresh this, what's going to happen. John Doe's birthday turns up there. Okay, so we have, these are fictitious, but you see how nice this is. I've gone back into contacts because, as I was mentioning earlier on, the great thing is that once you keep your contacts in Google contacts, then you don't lose them unless you delete them accidentally, hopefully not, or intentionally. So in my other Gmail account I have must be 2,000 contacts, and I need to weed some of them out, but the point is it remains there, and then that gets synced to your phone, or if you enter contacts on your phone, it gets synced up here. Now if you lose your computer, it's still up here in the cloud. If you change phone, it'll remain here in the cloud and then sync back to your new phone. So that saves a lot of headache about losing contacts and calendar events. So I'm back in the calendar view here. Just going to put back on the holidays and the annual events for the UK calendar, and I'll end there. We've been going about 30 minutes now, and the best way to learn Google Calendars is to actually go and play with it, and do some of the things I've shown today. Just rewind the video, pause it, whatever you need to do, and work it out. It's a great little thing, and it's totally free. That's all for now.